Hello my astrology friends, this is Lada from AstroladaOfficial and these are your September 2023 video horoscopes. And September we have 3 planets changing directions. What does it mean? Your life will change direction. 3 planets, Venus is turning direct, Jupiter is turning retrograde, Mercury is turning direct, which those 3 planets rule 6 out of the 12 houses, which means 6 areas of everyone's life will shift, will change. With 2 planets turning direct for the better, with 1 retrograde, maybe it will just change, take a different direction. Doesn't have to be negative, just an alternative direction. But 6 areas of your life will be shifting, big changes. I'm very excited. Before I start, I just want to let you know that I've compiled for you around more than 600 transits of transiting planets to natal. It's a written ebook. It's interactive. You can click on the transit you're interested in and it will take you to the text, very extensive text, what each transit means. Or you can watch your transits on my personal transit calendar, which is for free for everyone for the next 4 or 5 days always. But this book is a work of love that I've created over 4 or 5 years. Me and my teacher, we've written all the transits in depth. If you want to own it for a very small amount, it's hundreds of pages. An early bird will get a big discount of 30% on this ebook. So let's start with the horoscopes. Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising, September 2023. Gemini, till the middle of the month, the planet that rules you will be retrograde and invisible, Mercury. You're kind of used to that because every year Mercury becomes invisible 2-3 times, but it might feel like you are not on top of your game exactly, or sometimes because Mercury rules, if it's your ascendant, Sun or Moon, can be your vitality, and when it's invisible and retrograde, it can feel like you're a bit on the back burner or your immune system is a bit weaker. So you just have to take it a little bit easier till the middle of the month. But we have a few other important events that I want to tell you, and we'll go back to this Mercury retrograde after that. But the first important event is that on the 3rd of September, Venus turns direct in your 3rd house. It's been retrograde for 40 days, all of August, part of July, in your 3rd house. If there were any complications with friendships, with relatives, with siblings, in your communications, with passwords, with documents, with papers, with any delays in receiving information or working in a team with others, if there were some delays or complications or things going slowly, it all gets sorted out. It's like your relationships with others start improving when Venus turns direct in your 3rd house, and it will be there the whole month in Leo in a very good state. New relationships can form as well with like-minded people. If you're working in a team with others on some project, things start becoming easier, start running smoother. If you've been working on some media, writing, speaking, or communication project for the previous month or 2 or so, and it was a bit more, let's say, complex or not going according to plan now, but you've put efforts, because during retrograde periods we need to put more efforts because the planet is closer to Earth, it's heavier energy. Well, now you're going to start seeing the results of that. So maybe you can finally release a website if you've been working on it, or a book if you've been writing, or a message, or some social media account, or a project, or it can be a good time to connect to clients, to reach out with others. Things will go really well with this 3rd house of communication. Well, Mercury is retrograde, especially from the 15th onwards. But anything, things can improve in this 3rd house already from the beginning. But as I said, your planet Mercury is retrograde, so it might linger up maybe till the middle of the month. And Mercury is retrograde in your 4th house, so there might be some complications with loved ones, with family, in regards to, there might be some changes that you're making there with home, place of living. There might be certain delays, anything connected to home project or important communications with family. But it all again starts improving dramatically from the 15th. From the 15th, when Mercury becomes visible, any crisis or problems in the family and your personal life will get resolved. Not only get resolved, but you will get much better results than you expected. Say something was delayed with buying or selling property, Mercury becomes visible in your fourth house on the 15th, on the 17th, with the new moon there, and direct. Mercury becomes direct, so suddenly a much better property can appear, or a much better offer to relocate or to sell or to buy. Or suddenly, if your mom has not been doing well, or one of your parents, they can improve very well. Or maybe the situation in your family was a bit more tense and unpredictable. Maybe you were moving or something. Everything becomes so great and so settled and so much better than you expected from the middle of the month. So if you have any contracts to sign to relocate, or important conversations to lead with family members, from the middle of the month, this is incredible. Some big changes you want to do with your family, or in your personal life, or with property. This is the time from the middle of the month onwards. It's very rare opportunity for Mercury to be so beautiful and strong. Before that, you might have to do still such things, but you have to be more patient and be prepared for the unexpected there. And not only that, but we're going to have Jupiter turning retrograde in your 12th house. Jupiter goes into your 12th house once every 12 years. It's been there since May, opening your psychic abilities, your intuition increasing. But it's going retrograde now, and it will be retrograde just once in your 12th house for the next 12 years. And it will stay retrograde till the end of the year. So 12th house is a very psychic house. So is Jupiter. When it goes retrograde, and it's super intuitive. Some of you might even have spontaneous remembrance of past lifetimes, so things that happened to them while they were younger. But not only is this remembrance to torture you, it's you see it from a higher perspective. That's what Jupiter gives you the opportunity to, and to reframe it. So it's almost like reworking of your deep subconscious happening, and it happens quite spontaneously. But if you work with a psychologist or psychiatrist or whatever, or an astrologer, or it can even be more profound. Or if you're doing like some family constellations, you can have some deep realizations and reversals of situations. You can have deep realizations about your own subconscious patterns and the blockages, and how you self-sabotage yourself. And you work through those in the next 2-3 months. But they can be definitely, there is a shift in this 12th house in your subconscious, in the shift in how you perceive reality almost. That can be very important. And there might be something important happening with your dreams, like dreaming something, a message. It might be even prophetic, or a message from a loved departed one. It can be some deep intuitive realization. But on a more mundane level, the 12th house can be, for example, research, studying something behind the scenes, digging yourself, like fantastic time for anyone who is a scientist or an astrologer like me, or anyone who loves to do research and study, whether it's psychology or any kind of deep knowledge. This is the 12th house. It doesn't have to be just mystical knowledge. It can be scientific or whatever. The 12th house, when Jupiter is there, people tends to get one of the deepest realizations. So yeah, if you start on some course or deepen your knowledge about something, this will be a fantastic time. Insights, eureka moments can happen. Also, it can mean you going back to a country that you used to be in before. Like 12th house can be traveling to a country that you used to be before. Far away places is the 12th house. So holiday that you've been before too. Or 12th house is also a house that is connected to relocating to foreign places. There might be, if you're going back to a place you've been to before, you can relocate. Yeah, but if it's a brand new place, and with Mercury retrograde in the 4th house, maybe it might take some extra efforts, some extra documents to work through as well, to wait through till Jupiter turns direct in December, approximately December. The 12th house is, as I said, very spiritually healing, that this can make some big breakthroughs for you. Insights. Yeah. That's about it, guys. Gemini, but I'm telling you, you're gonna start feeling so much better from the middle of the month when a planet becomes visible, Mercury, because it's visible very few times per year, very few days, and it's exalted. And it's like almost like emotionally, there will be such a big improvement emotionally and physically for you. If you've been under the weather from the middle of the month, you'll see a great improvement physically for you, a great improvement in your circumstances, not just your personal life and private life where Mercury goes direct, but overall your life. And emotional, the fourth house is your emotional state. Definitely you will see improvements there. So I think all important things you have to do start from the middle of the month, which are visible external, while the internal work you do the first 15 days. So thank you so much, Gemini. Hope that was helpful to you. And yeah, check out your personal transits on my transit calendar because they're for free and they're personal only for you. No one else in the world will have them at the same time like you in the same sequence. Thank you.